Many businesses are exploring the option of implementing rapid antigen testing as part of their response to both the current New South Wales lockdowns and the COVID-19 pandemic more generally. Consideration of rapid antigen testing has escalated recently, with further amendments to the public health order for authorised workers within an impacted LGA requiring to have at least one vaccination dose or on-site rapid antigen testing in order to be able to work. On-Demand HR has fielded many questions about this, and we reached out to Matthew Council from Altius Group, who is currently exploring rolling out rapid antigen testing across the country for his clients in order to learn more.
But Matt, I was really curious. We're having a conversation before we come online around your experience about employers asking questions about implementing rapid antigen testing in the workplace. And I think it'd be really valuable for some of our clients and our audience to get a bit of an understanding of what that actually involves and some of the challenges you've experienced there.
Great question, Andrew, and I'm still working through the answers ourselves, to be honest. So in terms of rapid antigen testing, what this is an on-site, essentially an on-site COVID test assessment that employers will be able to implement to their staff with results that become available within 15 minutes. With all that said, a shorter test typically means lower reliability, lower confidence. We need to be careful that these tests may produce false positive readings, and so we just need to make sure that employers are very well equipped in their processes around repeat testing and the controls that go into that and how to respond. For employers in New South Wales, with employees coming out of the 12 LGAs of concern or particular industries, the New South Wales government has mandated that these tests are required for people who are not already vaccinated. So by the time this has aired, companies are required to be putting this testing in place. Now, it's not just as easy as going out, getting the test kits and putting it into practice. These tests at this stage are required to be overseen by an allied health professional or a qualified health professional. So there's a list of qualifications that can actually oversee and administer these tests. You actually need to engage someone with those qualifications to even order and get approval to obtain these types of tests. And we're just working through with our clients at the moment. Others have had a significant spike in inquiries this week, and trying to work through how do we best support them with that. And it's making sure that the right policies are in place. The systems have been well thought through about all of the outcomes, making sure that we can get our hand on high quality and also supervised as well.
Just on that, Matt, great question, Andrew, to give Matt on that front. What would a typical, do you have, maybe it's even too early to tell, but do you have any sense of how long a typical rapid antigen testing process would take on a site on a particular day? Let's say we've got a manufacturing site, there's 10 or 15 employees who need to be subject to this rapid antigen testing. Do we have any understanding, or even just rough understanding, of how long something like that would take? Presumably first thing in the morning, I would imagine.
Yeah, so at this stage, our understanding is that the test itself will take approximately 2 minutes to administer, and there's a 15-minute wait time for the results.
And would they be administering multiple tests at once, waiting for test results? Is that sort of the philosophy, or?
That's what we're working towards. So again, it's how big is the space, because we need to adhere to social distancing. How many people can we get trained to administer these assessments? So when we're looking at the size of the operation and having a consistent flow of people being able to come through, it's going to present its challenges.
From a costing perspective, for a business that's looking to implement rapid antigen testing, Is it presumably a call out or some sort of fixed fee for the staff member plus a cost per test or something along those lines?
Yeah, we're working through that today. It's what I've been working through for the last couple in all areas. And when they have different needs in terms of operating and opening times, we're trying to work out what's the best way for Altius Group to support people. Is it that we can get on site? Is it that we can train their people? Is it that we can be available through remote supervision? We're looking into those guideline costs. At this stage, we're looking at having an implementation package, which is around getting all of the policies, procedures, systems, and appropriate training in place. There will then be a supervision cost, depending on what that looks like in terms of how many Altius Group employees need to be physically involved in that testing process. And then there's a test per unit price as well for the consumables, essentially. So we don't have figures at this stage. Again, it's all coming together, but there are going to be a few elements to that cost and process and program. But unfortunately, as per the government requirements, there's not going to be too many other choices at this stage.
You need a reasonably sized business in order to even practically consider implementing something like this.
Certainly been some of the early criticism that has come out that this type of program, it's great. I mean, it's another layer of defence of keeping people safe. The fact that we can now get COVID assessments within 15 minutes is pretty amazing when you think about where we were 12 months ago. However, for me, the practicalities of this being implemented across multiple employers of different sizes, the small businesses I just can't see getting an opportunity for this. One, through getting access to the appropriate health professionals to deliver such a service for a small group of employees, but the cost of actually having the consumables, the allied health on site. We understand a lot of small businesses and medium businesses are under pressure and strain at the moment, let alone to add this to a daily expense to even open their doors.